You ever lie in bed at 2 or 3 in the morning, wide awake, wondering why your mind just won't shut off anymore? And then the next day, everything feels foggy. Your thoughts are slower, your memory slips, and you feel like your brain just isn't firing the way it used to. If you're over 50, this isn't just a part of getting older. In fact, there's one specific habit, something millions of people do every night without even thinking, that could be silently wrecking your brain's ability to reset, rest, and stay sharp. And the worst part? It feels harmless, but it's not. Now, before we go any further, don't focus on the visuals. Time was limited, but I just managed to help you. I've worked hours on this script to make sure it's worth your time, so listen closely and get the full benefit from it. I want to tell you a story, one that might feel uncomfortably familiar. A friend of mine, Carol, is 64. She's sharp, thoughtful, and the kind of woman who never forgot a birthday or a name. But over the past year, something changed. She began having trouble sleeping. Nothing extreme at first, just a few restless nights, some light tossing and turning. But then it became a pattern. She'd fall asleep for a few hours, wake up at 2 a.m., and then lie there staring at the ceiling, thoughts racing. The next day, she'd feel groggy, a little off. Nothing she could explain. But it scared her. She started forgetting little things, where she placed her keys, what she meant to pick up from the store. She brushed it off as aging, but deep down, she felt something was wrong. She tried melatonin, sleepy teas, new pillows. Nothing worked. Then her doctor asked her one simple question. "What do you usually do in the hour before bed?" And Carol said, what millions of us say without thinking. "I just scroll a little. Check emails, maybe read the news on my tablet." That was the moment her doctor paused. It turns out that what Carol was doing, the simple, casual habit of using her tablet or phone before bed, was one of the main reasons her sleep was deteriorating. But more than that, it was robbing her brain of its ability to restore itself. Now, if you're someone who reads the news on your phone, plays a quick game of solitaire on your tablet, or even watches a show to relax, this part might hit close to home. But I want you to hear this with an open mind, because this isn't about blame. It's about giving your mind a fighting chance to stay clear, focused, and resilient. Your brain, especially as you age, needs darkness and stillness in the hour before bed. Why? Because your body relies on that quiet time to begin producing melatonin, the sleep hormone. But when you're staring at a bright screen, especially one held just inches from your face, your brain gets a completely different message. It thinks it's still daytime. Sleep is more than rest. For adults over 50, sleep is when the brain goes into recovery mode. Picture a team of tiny custodians sweeping through your mind, clearing away toxins, organizing memories, resetting emotional patterns. But if sleep is shallow or interrupted, that process gets cut short. And the cost? Short-term memory loss, daytime fatigue. Slower thinking, increased risk of Alzheimer's and dementia studies now show that older adults who consistently sleep poorly experience higher rates of cognitive decline. But here's the truth nobody talks about. It's not just about the sleep itself, it's about the habits that block quality sleep before your head ever hits the pillow. That seemingly harmless habit of screen use late at night, phones, tablets, even TVs, is quietly flooding your brain with blue light, suppressing melatonin, increasing alertness, and delaying your internal clock. You may fall asleep eventually, but your sleep is fragmented, shallow, and far less restorative than it should be. But let's talk about what this really does, beyond the science. When sleep goes bad, everything in your life starts to unravel. You feel irritable. You start avoiding social events because you're too tired. Your mind feels foggy in conversations. You lose confidence in yourself. Carol told me she started avoiding phone calls from her grandkids because she felt too slow to keep up. That broke my heart. She wasn't losing her sharpness because she was old. She was losing it because her brain couldn't rest. When you're in your 50s, 60s, 70s, you've earned peace. You've earned clarity. And if one simple nightly habit is standing between you and the quality of life you deserve, Isn't it worth rethinking? Now, this isn't going to be a list of 10 things you must do. That's not what you need. What you need is a new rhythm, one that your brain understands as a signal. It's time to power down. Let me walk you through what that looks like, not just as advice, but as something real. Step 1. The power down hour. About 1 hour before bed, choose to disconnect from all screens. This is your power down hour. Turn off the phone, put the tablet away, let the TV rest. Instead, switch to low lighting, lamps instead of overhead lights, soft amber tones instead of harsh white. This alone tells your body, night has come. Step 2. A ritual, not a rule. Make your nighttime routine feel like something you look forward to. A warm cup of chamomile tea, soft instrumental music, gentle stretches, reading a physical book. Nothing too thrilling, just calming. Step 3. The stillness practice. Spend 5 to 10 minutes sitting in silence. This isn't meditation, unless you want it to be. It's just a moment to sit with your thoughts, breathe deeply, and be still. No fixing, no scrolling, no stimulation. Now, I already know what you might be thinking. I just used the phone for a few minutes. What harm could that do? It's the only way I wind down. It's too quiet without it. That's understandable. These habits formed slowly, and for many, they're part of how we cope with loneliness or stress. But remember this. Coping is not the same as healing. Your brain is asking for space. Space to rest. Space to recover. And that screen in your hand, it's not neutral. It's working against you. It's not about guilt. It's about choosing the life you want. Clear mornings, sharp thinking, peaceful sleep. After 2 weeks of her power down hour, Carol noticed something. She wasn't waking up at 2 a.m. anymore. Her dreams were more vivid. She woke up feeling refreshed. She started remembering little things again, names, dates, even jokes. But the biggest shift? She felt present. She wasn't drifting through her days in a fog. She was there, alert, focused, and calm. And she told me something I'll never forget. I thought I was losing my mind, but I was just losing sleep. Here's the truth that most people avoid. Sleep struggles in your 50s and 60s don't magically get better over time. They compound. They get harder to fix the longer they go unchecked. But the beauty is, it's never too late to reset. Your brain still wants to heal. Your body still knows how to rest. You just need to clear the noise long enough to let it happen. You don't need more supplements, more apps, more noise. You need less light, less stimulation, less interference. What you do in that hour before bed determines whether your brain spends the next 8 hours healing you or hurting you. If you've made it this far in the video, that tells me something powerful. You care about your mind. You care about your future. You're not here for a quick fix. You're here because you want peace. You want clarity. You want the freedom to live your life fully, without fog, without fear. And I promise you, it starts tonight. Turn off the screen. Light a candle. Breathe. Let the quiet in. Give your mind the rest it's been begging for. You deserve deep sleep. You deserve clear mornings. You deserve to feel like yourself again. Let tonight be the first night that starts bringing all of that back. If this message connected with you, I'd love to hear your story in the comments. What's been your biggest sleep struggle lately? What helps you find peace at night? Let's create a space here where we can support each other, without shame, without judgment, just understanding. And if you found this video helpful, consider subscribing. Because each week, we're diving into simple, meaningful changes that can help you feel better, not just for a day, but for the life ahead. Thank you for being here. And may tonight be the night you finally rest.